Really quick video here. If you're looking around online for someone named Jay Montgomery and you believe that he is from Tesla and that he came up with a lottery prediction engine, maybe called Apollo or something else, some sort of an expert named Jay Montgomery who came up with a way to win the lottery multiple times, that is a scam. Check this video out that I saw. It begins with a Shark Tank thing. Shark Tank never actually talked about it. No one famous ever endorsed this. Check it out. Oh, and anyone you see in the video who's famous is a deepfake AI representation. So like Elon Musk or whoever manipulated lip movement with AI generated audio. So no one famous or no one of any credibility ever talked about this. What you see here is fake.
A national threat, but Jay Montgomery never backed down because for him, this was never about fame or rebellion. It was about fairness.
I followed Jay's steps and won $24,000 in my first week.
I'd never won a single draw before. Now I'm up $62,000 this month just by following the AI's prediction.
Speaking of AI, that photo on the right looks like it's AI. And a lot of these photos are going to be AI, and the lip movement of the guy on the left is AI.
They told us the lottery was random until Jay Montgomery proved otherwise.
So now the question is, what will you do with this information? Because in just a few seconds, you'll see exactly how this Tesla engineer built an artificial intelligence powerful enough to predict Powerball and Mega Millions draws, and how thousands of everyday Americans are using it to collect $10,000, $20,000, even six-figure prizes every month.
So Elon Musk is not saying these words you're hearing and seeing him say right now. It's AI manipulating his lip movement with AI generated audio. If this was real, you would find it on news websites, blogs, political blogs, conservative blogs, something, independent blogs. You won't find it anywhere because it's not legitimate. It is a scam. Again, it leads to something called Apollo AI lottery prediction engine or something like that. Jay Montgomery, it's a made up name. No one developed this. This is a product designed to take your money.
This isn't about luck anymore. It's about logic, and the few who understand it are winning. So in just a few seconds, you're going to meet the engineer behind the most powerful AI I've ever seen. Stay with me until the end of this video, and I'll personally deposit $5,000 straight into your account.
I mean, come on. Like, you're going to get $5,000 for watching a video? This has scam written all over it in such an obvious way. Not obvious to everyone. To me, someone who researches scams, big time obvious.
Are you ready? I'm Elon Musk, founder of Tesla, SpaceX, and a few other ventures you've probably heard of. I've always been a firm believer in artificial intelligence, and what you're about to see will prove exactly why. What you're about to see is the real story behind an artificial intelligence created inside Tesla, one that accidentally learned how to predict lottery results with shocking precision. It's the same discovery one of my engineers, Jay Montgomery, had only ever shared privately with a handful of people who were struggling financially, people trying to pay off debt, send their children to college, or simply survive. But when executives from the National Lottery, which I'll mention soon, realized what this AI was capable of, they panicked. They contacted federal authorities, filed complaints, and tried to have Jay investigated by the FBI. And as a result, for the first time, I've decided to come forward and publicly reveal this artificial intelligence to set the record straight and show you the truth behind what really happened, especially now that we've proven beyond any doubt that everything is 100% legal. For years, Jay Montgomery worked as one of the leading software engineers at Tesla and SpaceX, the mind behind some of the most advanced neural systems in the world. He wasn't just another engineer in Silicon Valley. He was the man responsible for training the algorithms that made Tesla's self-driving cars see through storms, park themselves in spaces tighter than a human could handle, and even land Falcon rockets with precision down to the centimeter. He had the kind of mind that could make machines think. Inside Tesla's AI division, Jay was known as the code whisperer. He could spend entire nights fine-tuning lines of code that decided the trajectory of a landing rocket, or teaching a car how to predict the movement of a pedestrian 2 seconds before it happened. He lived surrounded by holographic simulations, endless streams of data, and walls of code that looked like a digital storm. Yet to him, every equation, every algorithm had rhythm and meaning. He was the kind of person who saw patterns where others saw chaos. If a car hesitated for 0.2 seconds before braking, he knew exactly why. If a rocket's landing algorithm overshot by half a meter, he'd stay awake until sunrise.
So I'm trying to get a Google Lens reverse image search going here to figure out who the guy is who they're saying is Jay Montgomery, because the scammers use someone named Leonard Voss. That's the fake name from someone in Ukraine or Russia, in the past as the expert in these sorts of videos. So I want to figure out who this guy is. Again, this is about Jay Montgomery, someone who's supposedly a lottery expert. I'm going to see if I can figure that out.
Fix it. He He once developed an AI capable of forecasting the temperature of any city down to the decimal point 10 days in advance, and it was right almost every single time. When he realized he could predict weather patterns better than national meteorological centers, he started wondering what else he could uncover. Over time, Jay began to notice something fascinating about all his models. They were all based on one fundamental principle: repetition. If an event occurs often enough, it leaves a pattern. And patterns, when properly analyzed, can be predicted. That's what made autonomous cars drive themselves and rockets land upright. It wasn't magic. It was math, precision, and probability. Late at night, long after most of the team had gone home, Jay would keep testing new possibilities. He wanted to see just how far predictive intelligence could go. He taught one AI to predict fluctuations in the stock market, another to analyze human speech patterns to foresee political outcomes, and each time he grew more obsessed with the idea that nothing in life was truly random. But one evening, curiosity got the better of him. Without telling anyone, not even me, he began a secret experiment. He wanted to test whether the same predictive models that guided Tesla's and SpaceX rockets could decode one of the world's oldest mysteries, luck. He didn't know it yet, but that experiment would change everything.
For years, I was known as one of the most respected software engineers in the world. For most of my life, I did everything right.
Let's check it out here.
Small town with nothing, no money, no connections, just a dream of building something meaningful.
We got our guy. So this is this guy you can see here. I don't know if he's an AI generated person. This is on the Dan Croitor website or YouTube channel. It looks like this is the actual guy here, Dan Croitor. And he has nothing to do with what I'm talking about with this lottery prediction engine thing. So don't think that he does, for sure. He has no involvement with this. So that's who they're pretending is this Jay Montgomery person.
Engineer at Tesla, one of the minds behind the same AI systems that help rockets land with centimeter precision and cars drive themselves through storms. My code-powered self-driving algorithms guided reusable rockets and earned me a salary most people only dream about. I had the life I once envied in others, a beautiful home, a loving wife, 2 amazing kids, and a career that made me feel unstoppable. But in October of last year, everything changed. It was late, around 10 p.m., and we were driving toward Yosemite for a weekend trip. The plan was to spend the night near the park, wake up early.
Apparently in Glacier National Park, not Yosemite.
And show the kids the sunrise from Glacier Point. The air was thick with fog, the road completely silent. Then, out of nowhere, a deer bolted across the highway. I hit the brakes hard, but it was too late. The car skidded off the asphalt, the tires screamed, and for a moment, everything went black. The next few seconds felt like eternity. Metal twisting, glass shattering.
All right, this is the sob story portion of the scam video. This will eventually go to buygoods.com, and on that website, they'll try to get you to buy the product with a 60-day triple guarantee. But you can't trust money-back guarantees. That's my opinion with scam marketing funnels where they're lying to you in the marketing. So don't trust that. It might come with subscription charges of hundreds of dollars a month. I don't know. That's what I see all the time with these. I'm not going to go and lose hundreds or thousands of dollars to something potentially that is a scam. This is something that I've seen over and over again. These products, there are so many products just like this. They keep changing the names of them to scam more people. And so on the Buy Goods website, it'll say something like Apollo AI powered lottery prediction engine. It'll have a box, like an old PC game box, big box, and it'll say it's going to charge $147. And way under everything, like where you enter your name, address, credit card number, all that kind of stuff, under the Buy Now button, which is the final button that basically you check out, way under all that, I noticed there's a terms of purchase section that's pre-checked. And why is it pre-checked and why is it hidden all the way down there? Because people won't notice that. It says, by placing an order, you acknowledge you have read and accept our terms and conditions and refund policy. So I want to know why that's pre-checked, why that's all the way down there, and why it's not placed higher. Probably because some people don't want you to see where it is. I guess, I don't know. That's my opinion. So if you see this going around, Jay Montgomery, lottery prediction engine, Elon Musk, lottery prediction engine, Apollo, whatever. This is something that has no legitimacy whatsoever. These lottery prediction scams, these make money easily scams, if an online offer seems too good to be true, it probably is. Just remember that. Like, comment, subscribe. The join button is down below. Thank you for watching.